Is this on?
Yeah.
Did you check that we're in focus? We're having pizza and beer today.
This is my favorite fucking episode!
We've got craftbeer.com's pizza and beer pairings. We've got a cheese pizza, some American Ambers, and some Bohemian Pilsners. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, God.
What is the difference between a Bohemian Pilsner and an American Amber lager? So they're both lagers. Pilsner is a very specific type of lager. So Bohemian Pilsners come out of the Bohemia area, now known as the Czech Republic. Do you remember when the Czech Republic was called Czechoslovakia?
I do remember they were called Czechoslovakia. A lot of great basketball players came from that era in the late 80s and early 90s.
There you go.
Science and facts.
Science and facts. So Bohemia Pilsner, otherwise known as the Czech Pilsner, comes out of the city of Pilsen, Czech Republic, or just that whole area. American Ambers then come from the United States, or the Americas. What you'll see here is mostly, they're all dark lagers, so Vienna lagers is really the larger style that is known. Dos Equis Amber is one of these from Mexico.
What are they?
The Negra Modelo, that's another Vienna lager. So there was a lot of Austrian and German immigrants to Mexico in the 1800s, and they brought their beer-making skills with them. The beer stayed, and so...
And now it's made its way to this table. Yay.
It's gonna be a good time!
With pizza and beer.
So in order for a beer to be a Bohemian lager, it has to be made with Saaz hops.
Saaz. Ooh.
It has to have an IBU of at least 28.
IBU to 28.
And the ABV is somewhere between 4.5 to 5 point a few.
Numbers and math.
Numbers and math. IBUs are what are used to measure bitterness. So lower number, less bitter. Higher number, more bitterness. IPAs?
Pizza?
Higher on the scale. Sour beers? Lower on the scale.
Does the P in IPA stand for pizza?
Nope, it stands for pale.
Okay.
The I stands for India,
Okay, cool.
which is where your family is from.
Yeah. Do they have pizza there?
Wife's family. I don't know, you should ask your wife, but you just sent her up for more beer. Ballast Point makes a curry beer.
We need to drink that.
Yeah, we do.
Or eat that.
All right, let's drink beer.
Okay.
So on a previous episode, we touched on some lagers.
Touched them, drank them, spat them out.
Didn't really spit them out. You drank all of them.
Oh, that was another episode where we drank shit beer.
No. This time, we're going back to the source. These are the lagers that kind of set the standard, and especially this one. So this is the Pilsner Urquell. My Czech isn't that great. Okay. 1842 is on the back of the bottle. I'm not sure if you can actually see that. But the reason that date is important is because the citizens of the Bohemian area were really tired of their beer. It was bad beer. And so they decided to import somebody from Bavaria, because those were the top beer makers in the world at the time. And they were making a bottom fermenting beer, a lager.
They wanted it to be very much better.
So they brought a guy in named Joseph Groll.
Groll?
Maybe related to Dave Grohl?
Probably not.
He set up shop at a brewery in Pilsen and created this beer in October of 1842. It was immediately the most popular beer. So Joseph Groll created the first Pilsner, which was this light-colored beer made in Pilsen. So this is supposed to pair well with the pizza because it complements the cheese.
Hey, Cheese, I just want to let you know
You're
you're doing
girl.
a great job. I compliment the cheese, too. I do.
Cheese is one of the best food groups.
Okay, so we're going to do this whole thing where we drink this, enjoy it, take a bite of this, also enjoy it, and then drink another one of these?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you want, you can do whatever you want.
That's very good. That's
So-
very good.
Because this pretty much revolutionized beer in the area, it's now become the standard for all Czech Pilsner Also a protected geographical designation. If it's not made in the Czech Republic, it technically cannot be called a Pilsner.
Huh.
So all those American beers that we know as Pilsners are really a Pilsner style.
They're faking the funk?
They're making the funk.
Not that hot.
Also, they're actually made from rice and corn and not the same stuff that they're made with in Europe. And my suggestion is, if you're going to make alcohol out of corn, call it bourbon. So, next beer, also a Czech Pilsner. And this one actually sparked a controversy because the original name for this beer,
Drama.
Budweiser.
I've heard that name before.
You've heard it.
I have.
This beer was exported to the U.S. in the 1870s. Later that decade, a dude named Adolphus Busch made a beer very similar. He was trying to pay homage to it. He called it Budweiser.
No.
That dude is the Bush in Anheuser-Busch.
Oh, what?
There's actually trademark wars over this. In the early 1900s, they went to court and fought over this. So this is why this is called Czechvar in the United States, or in North America. In Europe, it is called Budweiser.
Oh, okay. So they drew the line somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean?
Somewhere in the middle.
All right.
Best compromises. All right, so also smells very beery.
Has a beer taste to it.
Oh, you know what? So they are very similar. Clarity, color. Let's taste it with pizza, shall we? Pizza's so good.
Mm.
It doesn't really
Ooh.
change the flavor.
No, for me it did.
Did it really?
Yeah, this tasted better. The first drink was like whatever, but then I had to buy the pizza, and it made the flavors jump out a little bit more for me.
Ah, look at that. Chemistry in your mouth.
Wow.
So this beer actually dates back 700 years. This is why that Budweiser name, it's kind of a big deal because they're the oldest brewery in the world to use the term Budweiser. That was the name of the city originally.
Budweiser.
Well, beer that came out of Budějovický.
Budějovický.
Budějovický. Thank you. Budějovický was called Budweiser. So that led to some problems in the 1900s, but it's pretty much been resolved.
Who won the whole thing?
Well, these guys go by Czechvar
Okay.
here in the U.S. There's still Budweiser in the European Union.
Okay.
If you look for it online on Untapped, it'll be listed as both. So don't be confused if you see Budweiser and it's not the Budweiser you were expecting.
So in America, this Bud's for you, and in Europe, Eurobud.
They do have a very biscuity aroma, which is coming from those special
Biscuits!
craftbeer.com. We agree with you on this pairing. Up next, an American Pilsner. But as we just learned, if it doesn't come from the Czech Republic, it can't be called a Pilsner.
I think they're doing it justice by saying it's a Czech-style Pilsner.
Right, that's how they have to say it, I think,
Yeah.
legally.
Oh.
So Lagunitas, they are from Petaluma, California.
That's not in Czech Republic.
Nope, that's here in California, up north. They only make one lager, and it's this Pilsner, which in comparison to the Czechvar or the Urquell is a little hazier.
Just so that you know, those are hers. These are mine.
Our viewers know that you finish your beers, you put them on your head.
I can't hear you right now. All I hear is finished beer.
This smells a little different. All right, beer and pizza test. Okay.
Oh, it's not bad.
I don't think that made the beer better.
No.
But it's a decent beer. So our next beer is not a Pilsner, very different in color, but it's still a lager. This is called an amber. It belongs to a family of dark lagers. Vienna lagers are really popular in this one. We talked about that earlier. They're a bit more coppery in color. And the Columbia Street Karl Strauss pays homage to the first location for Karl Strauss. San Diego Brewery. Not Ballast Point.
That's okay. Nobody's perfect.
I'm a big fan of Karl Strauss. We almost got married there.
You almost married Karl Strauss?
No, I almost married that guy at Karl Strauss. That is a really good beer just on its own.
Ooh,
Just
yeah.
on its own.
That is very good.
Right?
That is very good.
That is 17. Yeah.
That's very good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which to do. I don't know which to do. Whichever one will I do? Pizza.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. 17, pizza, 11. This is good. I might drink all of mine too.
Ooh, yeah.
Woo!
So, Karl Strauss also makes my favorite red ale. It's a red lager. Damn good stuff. Way to go, KT. KS. I've been drinking. All right. Last beer is the Amber from Abita out of Louisiana.
Abita.
Great place to visit. So this is confusing because on their own website they call it a Munich lager, which is made with different hops. That was actually the response out of Munich to what was happening in Bohemia. So
Bohemia.
very similar, yet it's still categorized as Vienna lager, which is Austrian. So throw a third country in there. Let's just drink it.
Maps.
Maps. They were all part of one kingdom or another at one time or another.
We're all part of the human race.
Tasting! That is really good.
Pretty
Very
good.
similar to the Karl Strauss in color. And almost in flavor, but not the same. Also excellent, but for its own merits.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh, that's really good. Wow. That definitely enhanced the flavor.
Okay.
My brothers have hated it.
It didn't enhance the flavor for me quite as much as it did when
The
we
Karl
did the
Strauss.
Karl Strauss.
Yeah.
Karl got me, man.
Karl got you.
Yeah.
Karl got him. Abita got me.
Abita man.
Or maybe it's Abita.
Abita?
That's all for today from Bureaucrats TV. Tell us down in the comments how you like your pizza, what you drink with that pizza, and which of these you think would be your favorite.
Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Bureaucrats TV, Twitter, Bureaucrats TV, and thebookface.com, Bureaucrats TV at the website.
Lord Fonz on Twitter with 2 Z's, P-Font, all of those places. And we'll see you next time here at the Bureaucracy.
Cheers.
It's the internal struggle of YouTube stardom. Balancing your laptop and your pizza and your beer. It's the tough life. Pizza beer! Pizza beer! And today on Bureaucrats TV, we're pairing cheese pizza with these beers. Going off of craftbeer.com's cheese... Cut. Today on Bureaucrats TV, we're... Cut. We have to make some sort of Queen reference, right? What? Queen? Bohemian Rhapsody? Oh yeah, you can do that. Wow, are you really that slow to the punchline? Yep. Yeah, you can't put 2 and 2 together with that? Yep. Bohemian beer? Mama, just cue the band. It tastes so yummy. You okay there? Oh yeah. See, when food and beverages go down the wrong hole, craziness happens. And that was just evidence of that craziness. But it's okay, everybody. I'm okay. It's alright. You don't have to call Mom and tell her I'm dying. I will be alright. As long as I continue to consume this stuff right over here, we're good. Just when you compare this to, say, a Budweiser or a Coors, it's a step up. Off-screen producer Z is drinking a downtown brown, so the faster we get through all of these, the faster I can have one too. The question remains, will she keep down the downtown brown? So, at Eric's wedding, I had many of those, and was just fine. seriously. Our wedding was the shit.
Wedding was awesome. They served pizza and beer.
You know, you totally forgot to check yourself before you wreck yourself joke in there.
I'm getting to that.
I don't know, Mouse.
You can just look at it on your fancy, handy MacBook Air over there.
Fancy handy.
The Aero guy.
When's the last time you got a fancy handy?
Oh! X-rated. That was fun. Happy business! Here, make a beer for the
I'm gonna have to give props to Karl Strauss on this one. He came through and made my taste buds go, ooh, ooh.
Step party! Your pizza's gone. So, that's it for us here at Bureaucrats TV today. Tell us down in the comments what you do if you break a glass. So, that's it for us today here at Bureaucrats TV. We're full of pizza and beer, and we are happy. You can follow this goofy dude on Twitter, Lord Bonds with 2 of these. This is the beer. And I'm Keith in all of those places.
And I'm Eric, the dandishly devil. I don't know what that means.
Today we learned Eric is allergic to cats, but not beer. Or
Paulette
pizza.
is an old cat lady without the cats.
I
Just
have
old
0
lady.
cats. 0